So take me to a place where I can see you face to face. And all I wanna do is worship you.
Let me encourage you. God knows what you're going through. And you don't have to deal alone. Take your problems to the throne. He cares and he knows. He sees. He'll atone. Whatever it is, let God give you a peace about it. Though there are mountains, they can be climbed. You'll have to walk in the valley sometimes. But knowing in Christ we've got the victory. You don't have to live a life of defeat, 'cause he cares and he knows, he sees, he'll atone, whatever it is. Let God give you a peace about it. See, I've got peace in my mind, in my soul. I've got peace in my heart. It's all yours, Lord. I've got peace in my mind, in my soul. I got peace in my heart. It's all yours, Lord. I'm here to tell you. A peace about it. Oh, I just turned it over to him and he gave me a peace about it. Now I've got peace in my mind, oh, in my soul. When I gave it over to him, peace in my heart. Oh, it's all yours, Lord. Said I got peace in my mind and in my soul. Thank you, Jesus. Peace in my heart. It's all yours, Lord. I'm so glad God gave me, whoa, a peace about it. When I gave it over to him, he gave me peace about it. No more losing sleep over that anymore. When I gave it over to the Lord, he gave me peace about it. Yes, he did. And I'm so glad about it. I got peace, y'all. Peace about the situation. Thank you, Jesus. Oh, yeah. God gave me a peace about it.
Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done with love. Though I may speak well to you, that could become of nothing.
DJ Flame.
Though I have many gifts to share with you, they could all mean nothing. Although I understand and know all that there is to know about you, I could even feed the poor and give until there is no more. That could be nothing. So we gotta pray for love. Let us pray for love. To suffer long and to be kind, to never envy or brag, choosing never to be puffed up in yourself. Imagine never acting unseemly, never selfish or touchy, never fretful or resentful, and never easy to ignore wrong done to me. Oh, how we need love.
Miss Kim Burrell, Pray for Love.
Oh,
Shorty Cortez, One on One.
I just need my one-on-one time with you, with no interruptions. I just want it to be me and you. I need a one-on-one. I just need a one-on-one with you. Oh, I just need my one-on-one time with you. I might be selfish, but I just can't help it when it comes down to you. Oh, I'm down on my knees, waiting to hear from you. I have so many questions that I need answers to. I'm just gonna wait on you. I'll sit right here and wait on you. Ooh. Oh, I just need my one-on-one time with you. I might be selfish, but I just can't help it when it comes down to you. In your presence is where I want to be. There is love there, peace there, so much joy. I love our time alone, just you and me. I need a one-on-one. Just need a one-on-one. I know it's been a long time since you heard from me, but if you just give me a little time, if you just give me a little time, I promise I won't be long. I just need my one-on-one. I know I walked away, but I'm coming back to stay with you. I'm coming back to you, to you. I'm running back to you, to you. I lift my hand to you, to you, to you. Ooh, I just need my one-on-one time with you. Oh, I might be selfish, but I just can't help it when it comes down to you. Yeah, when it comes down to you.
How many people want a new dimension in their lives?
One thing that I ask of the Lord, this one thing do I see, that you may shift us and move us to the place where you dwell. That's where we wanna be. One thing that I ask of the Lord, this one thing do I seek, deep desire, oh God, for the fullness of your glory to be revealed. God, we declare that there shall be a manifestation of glory as you shift us into a new dimension. Touch me, change me, teach me, and show me, move me into a new dimension. Oh, touch me, change me, God, teach me, show me. Would you move me, God? Oh, choose me, lead me. Would you guide me, Lord? Oh God, anoint my head with your oil, God. 'Cause I want to be close to you. I wanna be near your presence is where I long to be, my Savior. I wanna be found in your oh, touch me, change me, oh God, we're depending on you. Cover my head with your glory. Anoint me, oh God, we're ready for a new experience, a new word. Reveal your mystery that is found in you. Oh God, lift us higher in you, Lord. 'Cause I long to be in your presence, oh God. Yes, we sing all the praise to you, Lord. I long to be. Prepare me to be a sanctuary. Oh God, move me to a new dimension. Touch me, change me, teach me, and show me, move me into a new dimension. You're so faithful, oh God.
You're listening to WHCR 90.3 FM, the voice of Harlem.
How can you forgive me when I've often gone astray? How can you think of me when I do things my way? Turning my back from you
the one who loved me first, having my own desires, renewing worldly thirst. You told me you could keep me, and I should make up my mind. You tell me, come back now, but I keep wasting time, feeling so very weak. You say I can't be strong. I feel I've gone too far. You tell me to come home. You love me still. Now I know this is real, and I am running back to you. I see you're standing there for me. Your arms are open wide, and I don't have to cry no more. You're standing there for me, and I am running back to you. Why did I go away when I know I am no good, when I'm on my own, on my own? You told me you loved me, but I turned it away. I failed you so much now, I don't know what to say. Using the same excuse that I am just a man. You tell me you've been there and hold your nails, scarred hands, so I can see. Now I know I am free, and I am
Running back to you.
oh,
Standing there
standing
for
there.
me.
Your arms,
Your arms are open wide.
oh, and I don't have to cry no more.
There for me.
Oh,
Running
I'm running. Why did I go away when I know I am no good? I have taken advantage of your love and grace. Forgive me, Lord, and take me home. Take me home. I'm running to you, Jesus. Hey, please take me home. You see, I've been in this wrong way too long, and I can't do right anymore. I'm tired of pain. I don't like fear. But Lord, I want to be more sincere. I never should have left your side. Return me to your guiding.
All things are working for my good, yeah, 'cause he's intentional, never failing. I know that all things are working for my good, yeah, 'cause he's intentional, never failing. All things are working for my good, 'cause he's intentional. Hey, and he's never failing. All things are working for my good. He's intentional. He's never failing. All things are working. Hey, I know that all things are working for my good. Yes, they are, yeah. I know that all things are working for my good. Yeah, all things are working for my good. All right, hands up, say, oh. We can smile 'cause we know it's working. Through the hurt and the pain, I know it's working for my good. I know it's working for my good. This is my part. I don't have to worry 'cause it's working for me. Yeah, it's working for me. Yeah. And I believe it's working for me. I can smile again and I don't have to worry 'cause it's working for me. Yeah, it's working for me. Yeah, it's working for me. Come on, sing that out, say that. I don't have to worry 'cause it's working for me. Yeah, it's working for me. It's working for me. And I can hold my head up. It's working. Hey, get your confidence back. Sing, I don't have to worry. It's working for me. Hey, my faith is rising now. It's working for me. And although I can't see how, it's working for me. I know that he's intentional. He's intentional. Yes, he is. He's intentional. He's been doing it for a long time. He's intentional. He's been doing it for a long time. He's intentional. And I can give him my trust now 'cause he's intentional. I can give him my praise now 'cause he's intentional. He's intentional. He's intentional. And he's never failed. Break it down, Molly music, everybody. Hey, it's intentional. Hey, intentional. Never failing. Intentional. Intentional. God is intentional. Hey, never failing. All things are working for my good. He's intentional. Never failing. All things are working for my good. He's intentional.
All things are working for my good. It's intentional. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause you gotta know that all creative, all things work for me. Called according to his purpose. Are you called according to his purpose? All things are working for me.
All things are working for my good. He's intentional. Never failing. All things are working for my good. He's intentional. Never failing.
I said I don't have to worry. It's working for me. It's working for me. Oh, it's working for me. And I don't have to worry. She's working for me. Yes, sir. Get low. Working for me. She's intentional.
He's intentional. I will go from faith to faith, from glory to glory. I'm changing it. Don't play. No music. No music. It's gonna work out, y'all. Y'all think y'all supposed to come on.
God's been so good to me. I cannot tell it all. He's opened doors for me. I cannot tell it all. He's made a way for me. I cannot tell it all. He supplies my every need. I cannot tell it all. Loose my shackles, set me free. You don't know like I know what he's done for me. I cannot tell it all. I cannot tell it all. Yeah. God's been so good to me. I cannot tell it all. He's opened so many doors for me. I cannot tell it all. He's made a way out of no way. No, I cannot tell it all. He supplies my every need. I cannot tell it all. Loose my shackles, set me free. You don't know like I know what he's done for me. I cannot tell it all. I cannot tell it all. Ooh, God has been so good to me. I cannot tell it all. God has been so good to me. I cannot tell it all. God has been so good to me. I cannot tell it all. God has been so good to me. I cannot tell it all. God's been so good. He's been so good to me. I cannot tell it all. Oh, God's been so good. Yes, he's been so good to me. I cannot tell it all. God's been so good. He's been so good to me. I cannot tell it all. God has been so good to me. Cannot tell it all. 'Cause God's been so good. He's been so good to me. I cannot tell it all. God's been so good. He's been so good. Oh, I cannot tell it all.
This is Jonathan McReynolds. God has been so good, so wonderful.
You're my keeper,
Shout out to my
lover,
my brother-in-law,
savior.
Stephen Strong Grant.
You make me
Happy belated birthday,
praise
little
you.
bro.
My praise is crazy. I feel like you made me just to worship. Tell me if you feel the same way, 'cause you just saved my life. I don't wanna waste no time. If I had to choose, I know I'm gonna always choose to be with you. 'Cause God, don't you know?
God, don't you know you're so wonderful? I wanna give all my love to you, God. Not just tonight, but the rest of my life. You've always been visible on my side. God, don't you know you're so wonderful? I wanna give all my love to you, God. Not just tonight, but the rest of my life. You promised to be always here by my side.
You're always here, so I know I'll never miss you. I keep you on my mind. Your spirit was always meant to make me feel secure and help me endure. Tell me if you feel the same way, 'cause you just saved my life. I don't wanna waste no time. God, if I had to choose, I know I'm gonna always choose to be with you. 'Cause God, don't you know?
God, don't you know you're so wonderful?
Hey, Jesus,
I wanna give all my love to you,
you
God.
got
Not just tonight, but the rest of my
my
life.
life
You've always been visible on my side. God, don't you know you're so wonderful? I wanna give all my love to you, God. Not just tonight, but the rest of my life. You promised to be always here by my side. Ho, 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 ho.
Oh, Jesus.
Ho, ho,
Happy birthday to David Lewis Grant and my girl Kimber. Yeah, come on.
Jesus, don't you know you're so wonderful, wonderful. Jesus, don't you know you're so wonderful? Oh, Jesus, don't you know you're so wonderful, Jesus, don't you know you're so wonderful? Oh,
WHCR track makers. Trackhead, I'm sorry, trackheads. WHCR 90.3 FM. We're the voice of the international voice of Harlem. This is the Anointed Mic Check. Taking beats back for Jesus. Want to give a holy holler to my girl Missy D. What's up, my sister? I love me some Missy D. Of course, Lady Love. I give all my sisters in the vineyard a holy holler. I'm so glad that this is Hip Hop Appreciation Month. I'm looking forward to see you. Gotta give a holy holler to my girl. What's your name? Dawn Tallman. Number 1 on Billboard's dance chart. You work, Mistake. I said work, Mistake. I love you. I love you. And I'm so proud of you. I mean, Look, we go back 20 years. We've been doing this forever. I'm so glad you went your route. I went my route. I'm doing my thing. You doing your thing. And I'm really, really proud of you, girl. I'm so proud of you. And I'm looking forward to her birthday release party. Is that in Brooklyn? I think, no, it's downtown. Thank God. I'm not a Brooklyn traveler, but I am definitely going this Saturday. I'll give you the information a little later on. But we're going to go into Station ID. And then we're going to go into some more worship. And then from there, hopefully, we'll talk to the cow.
WHCR 90.3 FM, New York.
Mic check, mic check.
Keep it locked on WHCR 90.3 FM.
Okay.
New York.
Every Tuesday from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., the 125th Street Farmers Market offers to the public farm fresh, locally grown fruits, vegetables, eggs, baked goods, apple cider, vegetarian food, wine, and delicious cold-pressed fruit juices. Vendors include Alex's Tomato Farm, Trinity Farm, Red Jacket Orchard, Bread Alone, Nevin's Farm, New Yoga Pitha Vegan Food, Three Measures Vegetarian, and Pro Tea Bakery. Also, yoga on the plaza with Bikram Yoga East Harlem. That's 125th Street Farmers Market, every Tuesday from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. 125th Street Farmers Market is located on the plaza of the Adam Clayton Power Jr. State Office Building at 125th Street and Adam Clayton Power Jr. Boulevard.
WHCR 90.3 FM, New York.
WHCR. See, I was so excited I didn't even set up another song for you guys. But I got one. Because he's a way maker. The Anointed Mic Check. I'm your host, DJ Flame.
I believe I will get there if I trust the path he's laid. I can't see him, but he's there. I'll just follow as he leads the way, because I know that God will make a way. Anybody believe that? I know that God will make a way. I try to mend, I know that God will make a way. I really believe He will make a way. Tell him. He'll make a way. Through mountains high and valleys low, through the worst of it, you're always by my side. I like this part, 'cause even if you have to open the sea, I know I'll make it because you are my guide. That's why we say that God will make a way. Look at somebody and just declare it. Say, God will make a way. I try to mend, I know that God will make a way. Hey, I know He will make a way. He'll make a way. Listen, Jesus is the way. Anybody ever experienced Him opening the door and making a way? Jesus is the way.
Want to give a holy holler to Digital Divide PA. Good morning. Thank you for all of you who are in the chat. That's a blessing because y'all don't call me. But it's all good. It's all good. It feels good to see you guys. Thank you.
Said I'm waiting on my time, and I wonder will I ever see the things I heard you had for me. Driving down a winding road, I decided to let go. I'm falling deep apparently. Look what you did. But you decide to catch me. And whoa, now there goes the sun. Triumph over rain clouds that covered me. I'm not the only one. Your love's for everyone, but still covers so many people. Look at all the people. Crying, dying in me. Lord, it's you that basic. You supply their every need. And I think that's amazing. You take care of all of them. And still come see about me. Now here comes the sun. Now there goes the sun. Oh, triumph over the rain. Triumph over rain. Clouds that covered me. I'm not the only one. Oh, no. Ooh, your love.
Yes, you can give me a call. The number is 212-650-6903. That's 212-650-6903.
Really blows my mind. 'Cause it's not only for me, but it's for everybody. Look out, here comes the sun. Oh, yeah. said it. I know I did it. Maybe I went overboard to prove a point. But sometimes my pride gets in the way. Maybe I need some time away to get my head together, yeah. Maybe this was my last chance. I don't ever wanna take it for granted. I can say that I'm a better man. I'm sorry because you made me understand. I'm so sorry that I chose to walk away from you. I'm sorry, and I'm sorry if I turned your love away.
Holy holla. Miss Candy Burrell.
I sincerely apologize for doing what I did. Everything you taught me and everything you showed me, it never seemed that I would listen to anything. But you got my attention more than you know. I took it in, I dealt with it, but I waited too late to use it. Maybe this was my last chance. I may never. I don't ever wanna take it for granted. I can say that I'm a better man. I'm sorry because you made me understand. I'm so sorry that I chose to walk away from you. I'm so sorry. Sincerely, completely apologize for doing what I did. I've never ever been so shameful for what I did. But you made me know one thing that I should have never did. Will you please take me back again? I never ever wanted if I could do it all over again, I'll never mishandle you ever again. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Turn your love away. I'll never do it again. Words that make them seem so don't turn your loving arms of protection away. I didn't mean to take your word. If I could do it all over again, I try to please you more and honor your word. Stay in your will.
Oh, yes. A little bit of J. Moss and that. Speaking of J. Moss, let's do it.
I can't understand it. I can't even explain it. How this love is so wonderful. I thank you for all your troubles now. Every scar that you weathered for my name, what you've done for my soul, I'm complete now. You make me whole. Some things ain't for understanding. Some things ain't for comprehending. It is what it is. It is. Some things ain't for some of us to know. Some things ain't up for debating. Some things ain't for comprehending. It is what it is. It is. Theologians can't show me how you keep loving me, how it goes and goes for so long. Even when I let you down, you walked over to me and put your arms around me. Thank you for saving my life, taking me so high. Some things ain't for understanding. Some things ain't for comprehending. It is what it is. It is. Some things ain't for some of us to know. Some things ain't up for debating. Some things ain't for comprehending. It is what it is. It is. I don't know how you fix my heart. Don't know how you see tomorrow. I don't know how you do it, oh I don't know how you put the sun in the sky. I don't know, I don't. And I don't care, I don't. As long as you do the things you do, I will keep trusting you. Some things ain't for understanding. Some things ain't for comprehending. It is what it is. It is. Some things ain't for some of us to know. Some things ain't up for debating. Some things ain't for comprehending. It is what it is. It is. Oh, some things, some things ain't for understanding. Some things ain't for comprehending. It is what it is. It is. Some things ain't for some of us to know. If I go astray, I pray that you come my way and save me from myself and be my ever-present help.
It's Anointed Mic Check Double Tap.
If I do something wrong, I pray that you bring me home and have mercy on my soul. Make me right, make me whole. 'Cause without you, without you, without you, I would be nothing but to clear. Without you, I would be nothing.
No, can you? If I go too far, oh, I know that you'll be that star that guides me home, and be the source of my strength and proof of my peace within. Because without you, oh, without you, because without you, yeah, without you,
there's no me without you. Nah, 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 without you,
without you, hey, without you,
without you,
nothing without you.
I can't imagine the emptiness at the thought of the loss of our relationship and friendliness. Over and over again, you have proved you're here for me.
and dear to me and sincere with me. Without you, without you,
DJ Flame double
I
play.
can't do it without you. Without you, without you, before I ever was, I'm glad it was you. Without you, nothing without you, and I ain't ashamed to tell the world. I would be nothing but dirt and clay without you. Listen, I've been hurt before. I had an open door, so I told myself I never let that happen again. I've been walking around, self-esteem is down. I let my fear shut the door to real love, but I just can't go on. I can't live like this. I need your tender kiss of mercy and grace. Yeah, now I seek your face. Don't you turn me away. I need to feel the safety of your embrace. And I don't know why I never left your side. Promise me you never, never leave me alone. I don't know why I never said goodbye. Yeah, please hear me cry. I will never, ever leave you alone. I apologize for all those silly lies. I just really need to make up my mind. You gave a second chance, and you forgave again. And I let something tell me that you were mad at me. That I should have talked to you, but I thought that you were through. I didn't know what to do, so I just walked away from you. And now I'm telling you that I truly love you too. Now from this moment on, it's just me and you. I don't know why I never left your side. Yeah, you promised me you never, ever leave me alone. Don't know why I never say goodbye. Say goodbye. No, no. Cry. I won't ever, ever leave you alone. I don't know why I never left your side. I left your side. You promised me you never, ever leave me alone. Don't know why I never say goodbye. Say goodbye. Please hear me cry. I will never, ever leave you alone. Stay by your side, just you and I, for the rest of my life. Me and you, stay by your side, just you and I, for the rest of my life. It's me and you, gonna stay by your side, just you and I, for the rest of my life. It's me and you, stay by your side, just you and I, for the rest of my life. Gonna be me and you, 'cause I ain't going nowhere. Stay by your side, going nowhere. Just you and I, for the rest of my life. Me and you, and I'm gonna stay by your side. Just you and I, for the rest of my life. And it's gonna be me and you. Don't know why I never left your side. You told me, you promised me you never, ever leave me alone. Don't know why I never say goodbye. Yeah. Cry. I won't never, ever leave you. I won't never. Don't know why I never left your side. Do it again. You promised me you never, ever leave me alone.
All right, y'all. I'm actually just getting my voice back, so I'm happy though. It's Hip Hop Appreciation Month, and he's like on chat with me, and he's about to jump in here in about 4 minutes, and I'm telling you, he's gonna bless y'all. He's gonna bless y'all. But in the meantime, Miss Whcr, I have to, play something crazy. I've played it a while about church, church folk. Let y'all know about them church folk. You know. That's that preacher man. That one with the messifiers.
Young speaker, listen for a second. I know today's service was a little bit, how do I say this? Ratchet, but I want you to know that we aren't usually like that. You see, times have been rough for us, and sometimes it feels like nobody cares about our little old struggling church. But somehow it brings us closer as a family. We may be a bit dysfunctional at times, and we'll even fight like families do. But here at First Faith International Praise Tabernacle to the Congregational Community Church of Undenominational Unified Holiness through worship under God next to Moses behind Peter around the corner from John Ministries, First Faith for short, we believe that we make it through anything that comes our way, no matter what we're going through. So with that being said, would you like to become a covenant partner to First Faith?
You were asking if my church will pay tithes to you and say hi if we see you in the supermarket and invite you to appreciation services and blame you when we ain't got enough money for our building fund?
Yes.
Well, we're in. But under one condition, that you let me preach at your church every fourth Sunday.
Fifth.
Third.
Every time Christmas lands on Sunday.
Deal.
Oh, don't start none up in here. I feel a praise coming on. Let's get out of here and get to that Texas Roadhouse. I need some of them biscuits in my life right now.
I think you mean rolls.
Telling you, don't start nothing.
Excuse me, my husband, I don't know what's wrong with him, but he wrote y'all a $700 check for offering, talking about it's gonna come back 100-fold. He is a full-time rapper, and by that, I mean he's unemployed. I'm still trying to figure out how he don't know 100-fold off of zero is zero. Shut up. He be on the altar every Sunday, but won't come see his son. I don't understand that. I don't understand that. Well, go tell that to your little girlfriend that you got in the studio with you all the time. Anyway, you have a good day, Mr. Black Preacher. Thank you for your time. Thank you. The only way that check coming back 100-fold is if you fold it, boo-boo.
You come here and you just shout and celebrate. But even when you get up in the morning, you feel the Spirit of God there. You know why? God says, I want to take the limits off the church because I want to get my people in everything that's going on out there. I want them in the music industry. I want them in the entertainment industry. I want them in politics. I want them in science. I want them in the educational system. I want them everywhere, walking, talking, breathing, fire baptized.
Holy, holy to me, G-O-D, J-C, holy, holy Trinity.
Hey, lady, you're listening to the Anointed Mic Check with DJ Flame. Every Wednesday morning, the flavor.
WHCR 90.3 FM New York, and yeah, we're a little dysfunctional at the church, you know, sometimes we run into some ratchetness.
She said ratchetness.
Yes, sir. And I have the man of the hour. Yes, oh my God, my man, my brethren, the pioneer, Mr. Cool Cow, Star Child. Happy birthday!
Thank you, Flame. Thank you. Thank you very much. God bless me. God bless you. God bless everybody. And all God's chilling.
All God's chilling. That's it.
All God's chilling.
It's chilling. It's chilling and it's chilling. And get some chitlins. No, don't do that.
No, don't do that. No.
You know, my brothers and sisters said, what? What's up, my brother? How you doing? How you been since last time I spoke to you last night?
Well, I slept it off. And I'm up bright and early, ready to go. November 4th, the day after. You know what I mean? But this whole week is mine. I claim this whole week. So, but I'm good. I'm feeling real good. You know, I'm here with you on your beautiful show. Your show is full of spirit. I love it.
Thank you.
And that's why I'm here.
Amen. And I tell you, this man, you know, he said he slept it off, but you know, he does know the Lord. he loves Jesus. He knows God. But you know, every now and again, you know, some people, and y'all know y'all do it. Stop it. Y'all know y'all in between service, them deacons be going out getting a cigarette smoke on and all that other stuff they drink on. So don't even try it. Don't be trying to drag on. But anyway, we love you, Kyle, and I'm so glad because some people think, you know, because, you know, he's hip hop, you know, he's a heathen and he's a demon and all that stuff, and that he don't know Jesus. But I know this man since I was 12. He know Jesus.
Yeah, I do.
Definitely, he know Jesus.
I think I do. You know what I mean?
You think you do? Now, whether you know you do, man, don't let him start with you.
I'm not saying it like I don't know. I claim what you just said, but I'm not very assertive in that category because I don't know everything.
Yeah.
But with my idea of Jesus, I believe I know. You know what I mean? So
I got you. But he knows that he claims the Lord and Savior is Jesus Christ because you see him on Facebook. He's more evangelizing than I am sometimes. I'm sitting there going, "Ooh, I needed that word. Go ahead, Kyle. Shoot, I need to hear that in the name of Jesus." I was like, because I have them days, honey. Just one of them days. I'll be having them. And, I'll go on and I'll see you and wow, you know. So tell us what's going on with you. And don't start with me. Tell us what's going on with you.
Well, I'm hanging in there. I mean, there's a lot of good things getting ready to happen for 2016. The bottom line is my contributions to hip-hop. From day one, I'm finally starting to come to light on a more fluid level. I mean, I know what I did. My peers know, you know. There's just certain people that are in my circle and bigger circle that, you know, they recognize me and all that. But on a wider level now, in a wider range, there's people who are acknowledging me. And there's a lot of projects I'm involved in, pioneer projects. I have new music that should be ready by the spring or the summer of next year.
Wonderful.
So I'm looking forward to all that. You know what I mean? All that.
Well, this is, November, Hip Hop Appreciation Month. I perk up. Even if I'm sick, I get like stupid during this time. I'm stupid like throughout the year, but definitely
I hear you.
Doing Hip Hop Appreciation Month. We got Zulu Nation anniversaries
right.
all over the world. They're happening, every weekend for like the next, it seems like 20 weeks. It's gonna be an anniversary.
Yeah, for the whole month. It's a long time though.
I tell you,
it's something like every day.
So I'm telling you, poor Bambaataa, he's like all over the world, like within these from here until the end of the year. He's traveling all over to different anniversaries, Zulu Nation anniversaries that's happening because it's worldwide. It's worldwide, baby. And hip hop is celebrating. And then Curtis Blow is going to be coming, I believe, the 17th. He's going to be here at the United Palace Church with the hip hop Nutcracker. Hip hop Nutcracker.
He does the
suite.
Nutcracker, right?
Yeah, the Nutcracker suite. So
and not that Nutcracker, the spiritual and the Christmas themed Nutcracker. All you other want to laugh, okay? Because I hate somebody.
For hip hop.
It's a hip hop Nutcracker, yeah.
It's like the hip hop Nutcracker, Nutcracker suite, Nutcracker. But I'm just, I can't say that like only around. Because we gotta help us, Jesus. But anyway, especially when you talk about Curtis, because he crazy too. Now, if he was on the phone, we be like crazy on the phone right now. But all right, we're gonna leave Curtis alone. But he make sure you go out and see that. That's also another thing that's happening.
Awesome. It's nice, it really is.
Does
a great job
for the the Hip Hop Appreciation Month, and just so many things are happening. You know, KRS-One was in the studio with Bam today. Yesterday, last night.
Yeah,
last night.
Was that your studio?
Yeah, the same studio.
Yeah.
Same studio. They're on from 8 to midnight. And, you know, of course, I'm on from 5 to 8. And like you, everyone says, "Dang, Flame, I will come to your show, but dang, you on too early in the morning. What's up with that?" I was like, brother, sister, you know, especially Shasha was like, girl. I'm just turning over. And I'm like, you know what? It's all good. It's all good. You know, hopefully one day, you know, my show will be on, you know, prime time. You know, they'll look holy hip hop. They'll let holy hip hop, you know, or urban gospel, you know, come on at a time that everyone can actually come in the studio, because there's so many people that really want to come, but it's just too early for them. You know.
Yeah, you do the early thing, and that kind of gets in the way a little bit. But you know what? You'll be there.
But you know what?
Have you spoke to Curtis about being on your show?
He was on my show years ago. He was on. But
But I haven't. But maybe it's time to get him back again.
Yeah, but I'm trying to get. Yeah, matter of fact, I need to call him and just text him and ask him would he come through, because, you know, that's my brother. We did the hip hop church. I did that for about a year and some change with him. You know, in Harlem. So
I remember.
Yeah. You know, I'm thinking about that, because we always have fun, and I would love him to come in and you to come in, and, you know, get, you know, Sha if she's in town, but see, she's in Texas. Yeah. So, you know, it's kind of hard, but then now she's traveling from the Hip Hop Museum. That's why I wanted to really have her come on today as well, because it was her birthday. But actually, her birthday wasn't in. Her birthday is actually is before that, because her and Busy B's birthday are like a day apart.
Yeah, I think hers is
in October, right?
First?
No, she's in October. Huh? She's in October, like toward the end, like I think
it's
like the 27th or the 28th or something. Because she's just like, I don't want people knowing, you know. So I'm not even going to tell the actual day, because I don't think she wants people to know. But for you people who are into astrology, she's a Scorpio, okay?
Yeah, she's a Scorpio, yeah. No doubt. So is Busy Bee.
Yeah, you know, so, he's someone that I haven't had on the show. And definitely that was, you know, the L Brothers. I mean, that was like our brother group, you know.
Yeah, you're going way back, too. That's great. Yeah.
So let's talk about what happened, you know, from back in the day. Let's get into some history. I'm loving that. Let's get into some history. Let people know what's happening. I know we talked about Emma's Place, and I know we talked about some stuff last night that we can't talk about on the air, but we talked about different people. Want to give a holy holler to El Dorado, and El
Dorado.
These people do not understand. They don't know DJ El Dorado and his boy Desmond. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we talking Evie and oh my God! I mean, not so much. Did he do the T-Connection with you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He did a T-Connection with you.
He sure did.
And another person I want to shout out is High C, my girl High C, because she got down with, I wound up recruiting her to get down with Inner City Disco. And so she was one of the MCs for Inner City Disco. And so a lot of people don't talk about High C. They don't talk about Lady Sweet from Inner City Disco, which you talk about skills. Homegirl has skills.
Right.
But, you know, they bad enough they want to cut out Mercedes Ladies, but they definitely want to cut out Inner City Disco, because they don't want to, you know, the only difference between Inner City and Mercedes Ladies was Mercedes were all female MC DJ, and I'm sorry, Mercedes Ladies, all female MC DJ. And in the city we had like 3 DJs, male DJs.
Yeah, you got a mixed team. Yeah.
As well. So there was males and females, but the female squads, we got down. You know, I came from Mercedes Ladies, so I was looking at them like, y'all gotta keep up. I'm serious. You don't want people to go out in the parks and dish you, you know. And
you know why? I think because they took it a little bit more. I'm not gonna say that Mercedes Ladies didn't take it seriously, because they think that Cherry was very on point as far as rehearsal, looks, let's do this, let's do that. You, Baby D, you guys like played and played well. But Inner City Disco was just a little bit different because I think the male factor played a little role in that. You had a mixed team, and they really wanted to play. They wanted to play.
Yeah.
And everybody on their team played. Like you said, High C was, I mean, come on now. I mean, and the reason why they don't get spoken about, in my opinion, is because they didn't have a record. Because, like, again, we discussed the last time you and I talked on the telephone.
Right, before.
This prejudice against the foundation of hip-hop that did not record or recorded and the records didn't do well.
Before Wax.
When people decide to start analyzing and putting hip-hop in a chronological order and deciding who did what, who did this, and who did that, they started at the point where the records came in. A lot of the media, a lot of historians, and, you know, we know better than that. We all know that I was on the microphone maybe 5 years before I ever made a record.
Exactly.
And, you know, when records came out, we were like, yo, we got to do this because it's the next move. And that's the only reason why we did it. We didn't even see the financial potential.
I didn't even do. You know me. I became a suit. I was on Wall Street with my briefcase. You remember?
Yeah,
I used to work for EFI.
Life thing, which is cool. I did it too on the side. What happened with me was I always had to do that because I just like to do things a different way.
Right.
And I had a job. I always had a job. But
well, you were older than us, so.
I was always on the microphone somewhere.
Yeah.
I left college. In my third year of college, I used to go to Old Westbury. I left basically because I was traveling. I was going places.
Right.
And this $400 or $500 don't come back home for half an hour running my mouth was pretty good.
And you came home with some coins. You was like, "Ooh, wait a minute!"
Of course. And then I'm driving around and I'm going places and I'm the star of that show. I'm next to the star. I'm actually. And these are places where my records were doing all right, you know. And it wasn't like that before we started the records. See, before we started the records, you went by who's on the flyer and word of mouth, and that's how you got up.
And see, that's what a lot of people, you know. All these, and you know, we talked about this, about all of a sudden these females popping up, like talking about their pioneers and their matriarchs, and we're like, okay.
Oh, yeah, I know exactly who you're referring to in a way.
It's like,
she needs to stop that.
Okay, well, she's not the only one though. But
I know she's not. I know she's not. But you know, she's like world famous for that now. That's going to be her claim to fame in hip hop. She is the. You ever see? Explain. Did you ever see that movie Zelig? With Woody Allen, and Zelig happens to be a chameleon man who, anytime something happens in the world, he's standing right next to the person, or he's a part of it.
He did it. He's a part of it.
Oh, she's like the Zelig of hip hop right now.
But you know,
she took a picture with me. Let me say this real quick. She took a picture with me and some kid at the Fearless 4 Team Fearless Honors, where I received my award last year.
Yes, congratulations.
Okay, so she comes up to me and she goes, "Do you know me?" And I said, "No." She said, "I'm a friend of yours on Facebook." I said, "Yeah, okay, well, I didn't set my page up because I didn't. Someone did it for me. She did it for me. He did my whole thing for me. I didn't touch it. So I already inherited like 1,000 friends. So anyway, but she knew me. So she said, well, and she told me her name. We're not going to say her name on the radio. And
oh my God, you got me crying in here. But go ahead.
And she said, I need to take this picture with you, like right now. I mean, she was very polite, and that's cool. So I took a lot of pictures that night. So I'm taking a picture. After the picture, she goes, "I'm going to make sure I send it to you, and everybody will know that I was with you, and I came here, and I'm with a legitimate legend, and blah, blah, blah." I said, "Okay, cool. Go ahead. You have my permission." And, of course, I want to see it. I haven't seen that picture to this day. This woman changes her name every 10 minutes. Legend of this, legend of that, matriarch of this, M-A-B-S. Yeah, B-S. Uh-huh. Make sure you put that in there.
See, that's what I love about my brothers.
Stop, man.
I love about my brothers are, you know, especially the like you know, oh God, I can't even think Rodney C, you know, Yoda, like, you know, my Zulu, like even Bam just be looking at me like, are they crazy? I was like, Bam, I understand it. I don't know what they talking about. He said, he just looks at me and shakes his head, just let it go.
Hey, my wife just now went, I woke up to do this, and she's playing to look at me, and I didn't want to be in the room because it's kind of early. But she can't and she's sitting there, so she hears me ranting and raving.
And she hears you
like I
go
always
off.
do.
Well, tell her she can get on the internet and she can see us. She can see and she can hear it. Well, she can hear both of us, okay? Not just you. Okay? But it's amazing because you guys will tell the truth. It's like you and Rodney, like Rodney C is crazy. That's my road dog.
Yeah.
We jump over fences at award shows together.
Right.
I'll tell you about that one another day, but can't do that one on the air. But I tell you, it is.
Didn't you climb into the window of the Apollo one time together or something like that?
No.
Was that you and Rodney? Because Rodney did it too. He climbed into the window. Like, here I go running my mouth again. Oh my God.
No, I mean, no, we was at the hip hop honors. We was at the hip hop honors, and they was honoring Bambaataa. And at the time, I was head Zulu queen on top of, I mean, even DST came outside. He said, do y'all know who the heck she is? Y'all gotta be crazy. They had us outside. They was like, wait a minute. Y'all got Lil Rodney C of the Funky Four outside, and y'all talking about y'all honoring hip hop? Are you crazy?
Yeah.
It was crazy. Even Red Alert came outside. It was flipping on what's his name? The one that did it's happening again. And guess what? Carl Thomas. Remember we were talking last night and I was trying to figure out Carl Thomas. Okay. But what's his name from Rap City?
I got you, yeah.
He was down with Deborah Harry.
McDaniel?
No, not Ralph McDaniels. The tall, dark-skinned dude. I keep forgetting his name. It'll come to me. But anyway, he was sitting up there saying, oh, yeah, we'll give you a ticket. And he gave us, like, these armbands. You know, like the people that stand, that stand up in the crowd, like when the artists are up there performing. And Rodney looked at him like, are you freaking kidding me? You know, it's like, are you kidding me? He was like, I was in hip hop before you even knew about hip hop. And you gonna sit there and give me he said, Flame, let's go. He just, next thing I know, he grabbed me and we was inside. And the lady that was checking us, that was checking everybody's arm pieces. And it felt, the media felt so bad for us, especially me. He was like, forget this. He took his media armband off and gave it to me. He was like, that's ridiculous. He was like, just take mine. Go ahead. And it, it was kind of like ripped a little bit. And so she kind of looked at me like, what, are you sure you? and Rodney just grabbed me and said, come on, let's go. She said, go ahead.
Yeah, that sounds like Rodney. He would do that.
And we got in. And then that's when we went Ralph McDaniels. All of them was sitting there going, well, why y'all, what took y'all? I was like, they didn't want to let us in.
You stuck on the train? What happened?
Oh my God. The one that was with Deborah Harry.
Oh, Freddie, yeah.
Freddie. Oh my God. That one. Okay. I got
he needs to stop. She's the other one who needs to stop.
Oh,
He needs to stop.
I got a
Freddie
bunch of stories.
He needs to stop, okay? I'm not in the Bronx. I'm in Yonkers, okay?
I'm sure.
Right across from CMS. Excuse me, dog. Right?
Oh, big shout out to D. Also, I'm constantly praying for him because the devil's busy, but he's a powerful man of God. He really is. And
he's
just
doing
a lot of
better
demons.
now too. Yeah, his focus is a little bit seems to be
he got a lot
better.
of people praying for him, believe me.
Yeah, a lot of people love him. Yeah, he has a lot of love.
We do love him, I'm telling you. But yeah, see, you got me acting bad like you, cause see, this is my brother. Like, we're sitting in my living room right now. We're talking, and people don't realize, this is history that people don't know. Just like Mexi Ray. I want to give a big holy holler to Mexi Ray, Brother Curtis from the Hip Hop Culture Center in Harlem, 125th Street, who was down with a group called what? Come on now. High Class.
There you go. Wow.
Come on now. High Class was I'm sorry, not High Class. Toucher Class. Sorry. High Class was another High Class was another group. That was our Queens. Right. But I got them twisted. I was in left
Toucher Class. You're right though.
Toucher Class. I mean, these guys were incredible. DXT. We talked about TST before he became DX.
DXT, right.
He was DST.
He was DST, right.
And he used to come up in all the parties, especially with Flash and them, and they used to diss him. They used to dog him. And as soon as he got with Herbie Hancock and put hip hop on the map, now everybody want to be his friend.
Yeah, he's the man now. Yeah.
You know, and I think that High C was one of his MCs back in the day. But I know Kimba, I got to give a holy holiday to Kimba because she also, her birthday was yesterday also.
Yeah, she hit me up on Facebook, told me happy birthday. Yeah, yesterday was her birthday. Yeah. Happy birthday, Kimba.
Hey, Queen, what's up, my girl? That's another one people don't talk about. And she's, you know, not now. I heard of her, but I never saw her. We never rocked stages, you know, together.
Right.
Like, I rock stages with Sharrock. We did stuff with the Funky Four. We did stuff with you guys. You know what I'm saying? Who are the people that you know that were back then that are not, other than what we talked about? You know, of course I knew, you know, some people, but you're a little older than me and you've been in it a lot longer than me. So talk about some of the people that have fell, you know.
That's a great question because
that fell to the wayside that no one talks about.
Got you. That people don't normally give the recognition to. But off the top of my head, really, I have to be in a certain setting around music and be. Well, we're talking about hip hop right now, so this will help. But I really need to like see people's faces and be around people, and then I'll think, oh, what happened to so and so, and then it'll wind up being one of those people. I'm trying to think real hard, but I mean, there's so many of them because it wasn't like, again, I've discussed this a million times. It's not about the records. I mean, of course it's about the records eventually because, I mean, that's what brought it to the world.
Well, that's when it became commercial, right.
But our culture started in the streets of the Bronx.
That's right.
And there were many groups that you'll never hear of ever again other than in conversation.
That's
true. Talk about Chaos is an unrecognized group that was actually brought Jamaican reggae and funk and beats together. They were the first groups to ever do that.
Who did that?
The Chaos Crew. Remember Chaos?
Yes, the Chaos Crew. Absolutely, I do remember them. And they used to be up in the valley.
They used to be in the valley.
Yep.
And they had a crazy system.
Hayford,
and what stopped them back in the day was they were all young.
Yep, I remember
and they
that.
would put these, because the man who owned the equipment was Jamaican.
Right.
And that was one of his prerequisites.
Well, that was Herb's territory up there.
But you better play some reggae.
Right, but that was Herb's territory.
Because they were all had Jamaican heritage too. But they really were into the beats. They were B-boys. Straight, they were B-boys.
Yeah.
And they didn't want to play that, but they had to.
Right.
And by them putting that on, they brought a whole different aroma and beauty to the party because it wasn't just about hip-hop or R&B anymore or disco. It was really a combination of all of those, but because they made sure they played all the popular songs. But when they put that reggae on it, because a lot of people love that.
Exactly.
And that's when you saw Americans like, not African Americans, United States Americans that don't have Jamaican heritage or West Indian heritage, they got into that.
Right.
They were one of the first groups to ever do that. Now that's like a standard. Now you go to a party, for about 10 minutes you're going to hear reggae.
Yeah,
you're going to hear
at some point. Or dance.
At some point, right.
Yeah.
At some point, right, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's one I like to mention about Chaos. The Together Brothers. They were another group.
Oh, yes. Together Brothers. Timmy Hall.
No, Flame. That's the Come Off Crew.
No, but I'm saying, I'm not saying that he was down with them. I'm just,
okay.
I'm just throwing names out there, the names that people don't talk about.
Yeah, definitely. Timmy Hall, KBJ, Johnny G.
Yes.
And Cool DJ Rock, which is Rocky Bucano.
That's right.
Now
wait a minute.
In this hip hop museum thing.
So wait a minute. Now let me ask, please, because I don't remember him. Okay.
Tall Rocky.
Yes, I don't remember him. I don't. When
did
he
start? DJ Rock. That was his DJ.
When did he start?
They started 77, 6.
So that was it was around this. It was around the same. So they was in the valley.
They were in the valley. From the valley.
Because even though we were uptown, there people don't understand the dynamics. Because just like Harlem had their sections,
exactly.
The Bronx had their sections.
Exactly.
Like we were from uptown. Now the uptown crews were, I was actually soloist, and then I wound up getting down with Mercedes Ladies. But I had my crew, all female crew before I got down with Mercedes Ladies, and that was with Sweet and Sour and Jazzy Jean, and that
Right.
you saw that come together, know. So if any, because people was like saying you ain't had no Crew Flame, and I was like, all right, go talk to Cool Cow because he was there, he seen it.
No, I mean,
he
yeah,
seen
that's real.
it.
You know what? Because people, this is the problem that we're having, and this is why it's good to talk about these things, because if by chance you didn't do a lot of parties, but you were in there and you were playing and people knew you, that's great. But if you didn't get on the flyers enough, and then again, it comes right back to 1979, 80 when the records started coming. Because if you didn't have a record, people didn't care.
Right.
Now the streets care because the streets knew.
Right, because it was a rep. It was we had to.
Exactly.
It was about
Yeah, street cred. You were
our
real.
rep. You had to have cred before you. That's like when that what is it? I can't even remember their name. They just pissed me off. The
They did who?
What is it? The hip hop, the first hip hop record that came out.
Oh, Sugar Hill Gang. Yeah.
Sugar Hill Gang. We was like, who?
Exactly.
We were like, all of us. Even Herc was like, who the hell is the Sugar Hill Gang? Do you know the Sugar? And then that's when Kaz was like, oh, he's a bodyguard. That's talking about Hank.
Right.
And that Hank was a bodyguard. And that's how, and he wound up snatching up homeboys' rhymes, right? And made money off his rhymes and didn't even give him any money. So now here we are later on. Now I'm glad to see Grandmaster Caz getting his just due because he went through hell and back. I've seen his journey. It is no
yes,
game.
he did. Yeah, he went through a lot.
God has definitely brought him out.
God smiled on him, and he's came through with flying colors, which is great.
Oh yeah,
because Caz has one of the most iconic rhymes ever written.
It's true.
That simple thing that Hank does.
Yep, those are all his.
That's all Caz. Yeah, and it's funny because Sylvia Robinson played a role in that. Again, we're talking about industry, a professional who's in the game maybe 15 years before she even touched a rap record.
Oh yeah,
she's a legitimate R&B singer.
Oh yeah.
Her husband was a manager. They know music in and out. Had their own label before Sugar Hill Records. That was like their 9th label.
Yeah.
They had records out while that was coming out on their other label, R&B Records. They had the moments. They had oh my God.
That's crazy because the moment.
It's leaving me, but they had many groups. The Whatnots. Anyway, she, because of music publishing and writing, she had to divvy that up.
Yeah, she had
an
advantage.
We all know me as a recording artist, I've had like 4 deals and signed many a contract.
Yeah,
and
talk about
I'm a member of ASCAP and all that.
Talk about
that. The money is in the publishing.
Mm-hmm.
The money is not in record sales per se. It's in shows and it's in publishing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, when I say publishing, I mean anytime it gets played on the radio, anytime it's played on broadcast.
Like this one that I played for the 5th time.
There you go. Somebody's getting paid for that.
Yes. That's
she knew, and these guys are 15 and 16. Guys were like 16 then, maybe. Yeah, probably 16.
Mm-hmm.
And they were young. And like me, when I first deal with Bobby Robinson.
An unfair advantage.
Man, listen, Bobby Robinson was known in the industry. I met a guy one day at a Billboard convention. I had my second record out there. This is 1981. And I'm all proud to be there. And I'm shaking hands with Bootsy Collins, and I'm running around. And I'm a cool again for a second. I'm in my life. And I'm in the elevator with this older Jewish man. And I know he was Jewish because he had the star on a pendant around his neck. And he was a record man. You knew he was a record dude.
Mm-hmm.
So he asked me who I was. He saw my record. I showed it to him.
That don't mean
said,
because these people that wear crosses around their neck and they the devil. You can't be making.
I mean, he was. Listen, his name. His last name was Weinstein.
Yeah, okay. Oh, I think I know who you're talking about. Okay, go ahead.
So, but he said to me, oh, so you're messing with Bobby Robinson, huh?
Hold on one second. Hold on one second.
Okay. WHCR 90.3 FM, New York.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. So I go, do you know him? Mm-hmm. He looked at me like I was an idiot. Started laughing and said, oh, I know Bobby Robinson. He said, and one day you're going to know him too.
Okay.
And sure enough, my name was Kyle Anthony Brinson. I learned who Bobby Robinson was. But see, that's what the game was. It's about publishing and manipulation of words and contracts that wind up being more appealing and interesting to the label as opposed to the artist. The artist is never supposed to get anything.
Let me ask you a question. Because that's an interesting, and I have a lot of young people that listen as well, and I'm just, and a lot of artists, young artists that listen on the holy hip hop side.
Right.
What is the difference? What do you see the differences now? Is there any difference now with regarding to the contracts? Are they, are they better? Were they better back then than they are now, or are they worse now than they are back then, or where there's a progression and now we're going down, downhill?
That's what you want to know.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, the contracts now are better than they were back when I was first started recording, because there was an industry standard that everybody stuck to, and that's the first thing they give you.
Mm-hmm.
And when you read it, you're not going to understand what it means. You have to take it to an attorney and an accountant, and he'll tell you this is exactly what you're going to get off the sales of these records. They don't even talk about the publishing. Then they get to the publishing and go, well, you have now you may have written this song, every word, every lick of music you may have did, but I guarantee you the label, whoever's signing you for that label is going to make sure that label is trying to automatically get half of your publishing.
Mm-hmm.
When in reality, all they do is pressing the plastic, putting it in plastic, in cardboard, putting plastic on over the cardboard, and placing it in stores, and then promoting, which is a job in and of itself. But that should have no reflection on your music publishing or any other level of payment that you get. But they take all that out of your money. And when they want half the publishing, that means anytime that record's getting played or sold, they're getting half or whatever income is involved in that. Now, that was back then. Now it's a little bit better. The standard royalty payment has gotten better, but it's still
bad.
It's a ripoff. It's
still bad. So
it's always gonna be.
So you feel that an independent artist, that an artist should go independent as opposed to having that machine working behind them?
I'm gonna tell you, as of today's date, November 4th, 2015, I'd say yes. Now, when I started, there was no internet. There was no way to put your music out other than you could make records on your own, but put them in the trunk of your car and drive around and try to sell them individually to one-stops, which are music distributorships, record stores, stuff like that. First of all, there's no more record stores. There were no more one-stops.
That's right.
CD sales are at a minimal now. It's all internet, and it's all electronic publishing. It's all electronically downloaded now. So, I mean, you don't buy records the way you used to.
And a lot of them don't even get... A lot of them don't even really get money, or if by the radio stations they have to pay, a certain fee in order for the records to be played, in order for the artists to get their royalties for the records that are played. The terrestrial radio stations, they have to make sure. Now you have some internet stations that also have to pay fees. My girlfriend, she owns one, and she's just been nominated again for another Stella Award. Big holy holler to my girl, Sean Manuel, Gospel Impact Radio. But, she has to pay those fees as well. But out of that, it's really, a crapshoot. And it, like you said, it's more of the performing. It's more being out on the road and getting paid. And now people don't really want to pay the artists what they're worth, and
it's uphill battle all the way around. But what I'm trying to say is, my point is, back when I signed, you had to have a label. You had to have someone that was going to put your record
you
out,
had to have a machine,
market it, and sell it for you. Nowadays,
you can do it
one
yourself.
Thing that's better. You don't have to do that now. You can do all of that yourself. And if you're computer savvy, know someone who's computer savvy, someone who studies how music is actually brought to the public right now, and is good at it, you can do it yourself.
That's right.
That's the one thing that they have over the labels. This is why labels, especially major labels, are suffering now, because they can't figure a way to do the same thing and make huge profits the way they were used to doing with hard copies of stuff. So now it's like the computer and all the music publishing identities on the internet are really killing the labels, and the labels have still not figured a way to combat it successfully, where they make the same amount of profits. They still make profit, but they don't make the huge profits. It's a big deal for artists to sell 1 million copies now. It's a big deal. Back when I was making records, or I first started, it's always a big deal to sell 1 million copies of anything. But if you were good and you developed a certain base audience and you were marketed properly, you were expected to sell a certain amount of copies. I mean, LL sold his average was 2.5 million. His average. If he sold less than that, then he was having a problem. Off the label, out of Dub Cam, out of CBS. Oh, you only sold 1.5 this time. Now, by the time he got down to 1 million, he had been in the game 10 years. That's phenomenal. Nowadays, if you sell 1 million copies, you're the next thing. You're the closest thing to Michael Jackson now. This woman Adele just came out the box with her new album. She hasn't made an album in 3 years. She did phenomenally well when she came out the first time. So everybody's looking for her stuff now. Her first single went platinum. The second one is getting ready to go platinum. And this is all overnight. She's phenomenal because people just don't sell like that anymore. And because there's so many ways to sell music as opposed to just going to the store like you did back in the day and buy it. And that's why artists have a good chance now, at least on the marketing end and on the end of getting their music heard by different people. You can do that yourself. And that's the advantage they have as opposed to what we did back in the day.
Absolutely. Now, let me just say this. We're talking with Cool Kyle here on the Anointed Mic Check. And if you want to call in and ask him a question or just give him a birthday shout out, you can give us a call at 212-650-6903. That's 212-650-6903. Now, I see some people on chat, and I'm like, Paul Williams, the legendary Paul Williams' nephew from the Temptations, my favorite group.
Right.
We got, Missy D was on. I don't know what happened, but it was a lot of people that was on the chat. But we have a lot of people that's in the chat that's watching. I'm looking at Facebook chat, and then we have another chat here for the station. Tamatha H, she's watching, and there's a lot of people watching. Like Kid Ryan is watching. Big Wheels is watching. Ali Can You is watching. Now, I don't know all of this, and of course the Digital Divide. Of course, big shout out to Dougie Doug, who does all the video capturing and audio capturing. He makes it possible for us to stream live here at the station. He's always doing stuff. So I'm hoping that we're recorded so we can get all of this. But either way, we definitely have the archive so we can get to you. But give us a call again. The number is 212-650-6903. We're here talking with the pioneer, Cool Kyle, Star Child of the Boogie Down Bronx Hip Hop Appreciation Month. I'm really excited, man.
Yes, sir.
We were talking about how marketing and contracts and just in general how the music industry has changed from when we started this venture. Tell me your thoughts about the current hip hop genre, where the genre is now, the current artists. What do you feel about what they're doing and where they're taking hip hop?
Wow, that's deep because
should we not say it on the radio?
Well, I'm able to talk about it without offending anyone or violating any FCC rules.
Okay.
Even though it's hard because that's all that side of the game is about. Buffoonery and that N-wordery. But let me stop. That's a great question because the game is done a 180-degree turn.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's totally. It's not even about the artist anymore per se. You can witness that by the popularity of certain groups, primarily from the South, the Midwest, Southwest, that all sound the same. They all look the same. There's an agenda in the music industry. I'm gonna try to make this brief. I don't want to take all day saying it, but there's an agenda in the music industry to manipulate young people. It's always been there, but it wasn't to the extent it is now.
Absolutely.
Now they're blatant with it. Hip hop has become a victim of the mind manipulation for material gain and profits, and that's it. No one cares what you say. No one cares what you look like as long as a male, you're feminine looking. The style has changed. The movements have changed.
Absolutely.
The language has changed. It's not really hip-hop anymore. It's just contrived and manipulated form of
porn.
music I call
porn.
Like pop rock. Pop. It's not hip-hop. It's really not.
It's pop porn.
Yeah, okay, yeah. And you put that in there, too, because that's what it's about.
Oh, yeah. I
mean...
mean...
It's really changed the game to the point where, like, as an adult and with, say, an adult with a child, when you have a child that's 12 or 13 years old, that even younger than that, but I'm going to give it 12 or 13, where they're really into style and fashion and looks and learning who they are and trying to emulate what they see, because all kids are like that, and that's how we're raised in this country.
Mm-hmm.
You have a form of music which is very extremely popular that they all follow. You can't tell these guys, Lil Wayne, Young Thug, and the rest of these dudes aren't hot, because I know they're not. And I'm not saying that to downplay what they do. It's just styles change, and I give everybody credit. Styles change. Things that were popular when I was young are not popular now. Just like I know quality when I hear it, so I'm not one of those people that will say, if it came out in the 50s, I don't like it. I like everything and anything as long as it has quality and I can hear it. But I also can see the fact that things change. But I'm not so old to the fact that something about this form of hip-hop just rubs me the wrong way.
Oh, yeah.
Anytime you have a male, a black... See, it goes into politics. There's a lot of levels of this thing that the average person doesn't care or know about.
Yeah.
All they see is all they know is what they see. I know that anytime you take a female fashion, there's always been a female fashion, such as a skirt. Okay, we don't live in Scotland. Okay? So we don't wear kilts here. So what do males wear in America? They wear pants. Okay? So when you take pants off a male and put
I know
a skirt
you was
on
going
him,
here.
that's de facto feminization. It is. I don't care what they say. Oh, that's a new style. You'll never see my kid wearing a skirt.
Right.
If I catch him wearing a skirt, it'll be the last skirt he ever wears.
It is funny because that you say that, because it's, it started with cartoons, with the Boondocks. You remember, with the skirt and the man purse and all of that stuff. And he was like, "Yo, he gay." He was like,
"No." Didn't pick up on that. They didn't know what he was really saying.
Exactly.
I mean,
he was He was so caught up in it, and his brother was like, "Don't you realize that you acting or you displaying the very behavior that you come against every day?"
Exactly.
And he was
you know
like,
why that's so crazy? Because anything can be accepted as long as you hear it and see it enough. And there's a lot of levels of this that we're not even talking about right now, that we can't talk about on the radio. But there's one main agenda, and you and I both know what I'm talking about, that has forcibly been placed by certain people, certain powers to be, because they want that. They want these young males who are aggressive, powerful, and smart.
But wait a minute.
Change and dumb down and actually be feminine.
So now I'm gonna, because it's so true about the effeminate, situation, and even, even in the gospel industry, it's even more prevalent. And it was funny because we were just talking about it. It's in the gospel industry. If you look at the dress and the and the just how people, it's hard. It's difficult. I won't even say it's hard. It's difficult, and I've been married twice. Okay.
Right.
And I would like to be married again, but I find, people are like, "Oh, unequally yoked," and y'all gonna get mad at me. I'm gonna tell it. Y'all gonna get mad at me. Y'all Christians, y'all know how y'all do, and I'm sorry. I'm a Christian. I'm a believer, and I believe in kingdom business, kingdom agendas. But I find that it's difficult to deal with any men in the kingdom, because they're either too soft, they're feminine, they're real feminine. And I have, me, I've always been a tomboy. I was climbing trees and all of that in private schools since I was 8, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, and I'm, and it's like, I'm not a man, and I don't profess to be one, and I don't, I really don't think I act like one, but I tend, me, I'm a little rough around the edges, if need be, but I know how to keep it, soft when I need be. You know what I mean? But
I understand what you're saying.
But when I'm confronted with a lot of men, and there's very few men that I can just say, I appreciate you because you're such a man. You know what I mean? And you're a man of God, and you're a man. I love it because most of the people, the way they're dressing, especially the young people, I see married couples with the husbands, they dress more flamboyant than their wives. And I'm just, I'm just confused because it's, where's the demarcation? Where is,
Flame,
where do we draw the line?
Flame, there's a concentrated effort, especially in the music industry, and it's always been
It's
there.
a spiritual. It's a spiritual battle. It's a spiritual battle. Because
also, and one of the first fronts on that spiritual battle is gender identification.
Exactly.
And once you can bend gender identification, that's at the core of who we are. Listen, you are a female. I'm a male. That's what God made us. Okay, now I'm not using it.
And I know you alpha male too.
Well, come on, I don't play. What? You know what I'm saying? You let me know. Anyway.
But that's what I'm saying. But where are those alpha males?
Listen,
where are they? And then if you go, and if I date somebody who's not a Christian, then they look at me going, "Oh my God, you're not dating a Christian." I was like, because there ain't no men in the kingdom. I don't see them.
And the point of that is, in the music industry, which is one of the forefronts of this nonsense, is young minds are easily manipulated, especially in show business, because show business has been proven psychologically to have a very influential role in development. Really.
Absolutely.
Television, radio, movies. That's it. That matters. Now, in this day and age, you have the internet, you have videos and stuff like that. But anyway,
well, if you want to really get into it, we'll go into ultra mind control. When you want to get into that, we go deep. We go deeper into the whole agenda. Yeah, absolutely.
Because you mentioned that. How I feel about today's hip hop. What today's hip hop basically has done is follow what the powers that be have decided they want hip hop to be. No one fights you. No one cares. They just want the money. There's some major acts right now that should have never been signed. You have major players in the game who got paid off to shut up and sit down.
Yeah,
I'm not going to mention any names, but they're out there. I know, but one was my manager for many years.
I know, they got labels and everything.
His brother's a famous rapper himself. That's all I'm going to say about that dude. Okay? All right? Because I don't want him calling me. I would like him to call me. Let me hold $1 million. Can I get $1 million? But anyway.
You know they ain't going to let you do it, but go ahead.
But see, they have, I'm not going to say falling prey, because I'm being very critical now, but they have acquiesced what the industry always told them, and they fought it back when they were getting on. They said, this is our music. This is what it sounds like. This is something. Okay, you guys just do it, bring it to us. Now, that was fine and well for a few years. But when they saw the massive profits and how certain audiences weren't just urban and of color,
Absolutely.
and they started following, that's a bigger piece of the pie that they're following, then we want this. They took it and they went full out, full throttle, full blown. It's going to be what we say it is, or else we're not going to sign you. You're going to look a certain way and you're going to sound a certain way. They have become de facto managers, talent coordinators, when basically the label's job is to promote your music and sell it. And of course they have to have a little bit of that in them to be able to successfully market you. We all know that. But when you tell an artist down and go, no, you got to take that off. You need to put some shirts on like right now. Let me see how you look in high heels. All that. No, listen, there's a deviltry there that the average person is not aware of. They think, well, I see, Rick Ross got titties. Pardon my language. Rick Ross has breasts. I had breasts.
Thank you for clearing that up.
Like that? And you don't need to run around like that. But they do it because nobody's telling them not to.
But it's a moral, and I have to say something, because it's the moral fabric of this society that
you're right.
We've come to a place of such debauchery that we don't even and such low self-esteem and disrespect. Before, it was about the craft. It was about if you were famous because of your craft, because you were good at your craft. And now people come into it wanting to be famous instead of even dealing with the craft. I got this, that, I got that. But, you know, their whole focus is, you know, I want to be, I want to be that reality star. I want to be, you know, because of what they see, you know, and of course young people emulate what they see, especially and they don't have the tools or the network that and the fabric that we had when we were coming up, because our parents, even our single parents, still took time out. Even if they had to work, they still took time out for their children and said, no one is going to raise you but me. And if I allow someone to be part of the village, I'm going to make sure that they're dead up. You know what I'm saying? It's not even going. And you know my moms. You know her. You personally, and I know your moms, and I know. You know, it was about school. It was about an education.
Absolutely.
You know, I remember that there were days. Remember, I was supposed to do the Audubon. Did I do the Audubon? Was it? It was the Audubon. I was supposed to do, and I couldn't do it because my grades fell, and my mother was like, "You are not going to do it." I was like, I gotta do it. I came up with the steps. I coordinated the steps. They don't even know everything. She said, well, you better teach them everything they need to know, and they need to come over here and learn it, because one, you're not going outside. Two, you're not going to be performing. To the point where baby D came in my house going, Miss Hall, please, we need her. She said, I'm sorry, you will not be performing with her, because she didn't, there was a contract. And she didn't honor the contract.
Play a prominent role in your development and your learning. Listen, what the artists nowadays say, well, we just don't get it because we're older. And there's a certain point of that which is kind of true. Yes, we all get older, our tastes change. But the morals have always been there, and they always built together.
Exactly.
What the music industry is trying to do is remove morals. And there was a time when they would accept morals, but they always tried to dumb it down and dilute it bit by bit. Now they are full-blown. Listen, do what you want to do.
Yeah.
Say what you want to say.
Well, you know, do what thou wills. Do what thou wills. That's a whole nother, agenda.
Of course, when you're a teenager and you're coming up, there's a natural rebellion that we all had at that age.
Absolutely, yes.
And they play upon that and actually
promote. But there's a limit. There was a limit to where we would
no
go. There is
Anytime you have a 19 or 18-year-old that's had certain physical things done to their body on their own, or on the female side, let's say it had more than one child by the time they're 18.
Sure.
Listen.
Or let's flip it. Let's flip it to give them success at that age.
How about that?
You know, so without guidance.
Right.
Appropriate guidance. Let's put it that way, because they get guidance, but a lot of times it's not the appropriate guidance. And you know, here they are falling short, you know, and then here you find them years later in their craft. They're trying to come back and make a comeback, and then all the stories come out about what has happened to them, you know, and what, you know, was done to them. I'm like, where were the parents? Those are my babies. Ain't nobody touching my baby.
I'm trying to tell you now.
I'm saying nobody's touching my baby. Even now, you know me. You know how I am, especially with the boys. You know, I'm just like, no, and the girls too. But I don't know what it is about, you know me. I always had, the guys always would come to me, the young men would come to me, and they would always, I don't understand. I don't know. They would share all the time with me, and I would tell them, and they always wanted to be in this rap game, and I would tell them, you know, there's certain things that you need to accomplish, and these are certain life skills that needs to be accomplished, because I find a lot of these young people, they don't have life skills.
No, they don't.
You know, they just come into it. I can rap, is what I want to do. I see it, it's a paycheck, I'm gonna make it, and da-da-da-da, and from the drugs, I can do it. Right. You know, Master P did it, this one did it, that one did it, Dr. Dre did it, I can do it. You know, but everybody's situation, you only know bits and pieces of the story. You don't understand that Dre came up in a household where his mom did not play.
Right.
And the discipline, that's why he is who he is at this moment, because of as far as his craft, because of the difference, the discipline that it took, that he had to, forego or, undergo, I forget the word, but you know what I mean, in order to acquire and achieve, the level of success that he's, at. And so, we always look at people, we want to be like them, but we need to find out who they are.
You're 100% correct. And in hip hop, in particular, because hip hop is the biggest musical influence right now in this country over our youth.
The world.
We have to understand
Forget about this country. The world.
These artists.
Do you know how many
Nobody
people
teaches
hit me
kids
up
this.
in
Nobody's talking about
Africa?
that.
Look, do you know how many people hit me up in Africa, man? And they go, holy hip hop. I want you to hear and I'm like, these guys and gals are thirsty and hungry like we were back then.
Right.
And so it's it's another age, another dimension that they, another diaspora, or, a situation, if you will, that they're dealing with now, as opposed to with us. Now, I'm a Christian. I'm gonna keep it real, because God keeps me on blast. Can't do stuff. Even if I do, I try. Trust me, I tried. But he always keep me. Even when I was younger, he kept me on blast, and I wasn't even in the kingdom.
Wow.
And you know that because you used to.
You know that's a blessing.
Yeah, but you. That's why y'all tease me all the time. It's like, there she go, trying to be. And every time I couldn't, but why I can't do what they do? Because you're not them.
Right.
You're not them. Your call, your purpose is not the same as theirs. Just like your purpose wasn't the same. I wasn't supposed to be, chilling with Sylvia Robinson and rolling up in Russell's, and Def Jam.
Den of Iniquity. I said it. Please stop.
All the views that are expressed on
exactly are mine.
I know my manager's sitting there going, "Ooh, no, we stop." How much money was that? No, but I'm just saying though, because I know we veered off, but we really, really talk about that. And I haven't sat down with you and talked to you. I know how Raheem feels about it. We gonna have Raheem coming. He really, Raheem gets down with this, and so does Rodney.
Right.
And even when you look at it in general, just music in general, it's not even just hip hop. It's music
in general.
Yeah, because you have shows like the Love Zone, the Flavor Zone. They're trying to keep old school alive, the old music alive, the real music that had substance, that had real meaning. And I'm not trying to really diss the new artists, but there was musicianship back then. People played instruments. I know people that play more than one instrument. They're not just playing a
drum machine,
or just a chord. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
They're playing 5-6 different instruments. And it's wow. I don't know who these people are, but a lot of people are in the chat, and I just want to thank God. I guess let them, give them a holy holla. I don't know all of the people here. Alan A. and Hamsty Lover. I have no idea.
Okay.
Tyler W. Mouth Media Nadia or Nadi. I don't know. Tamatha H. Joni I. Sevki O. Little Kid Ryan. 5 Big Wheels. 3 Ali Khan. and there are so many others, and there are no names, but I just want to thank you guys for just joining us here in the chat. Like, the whole screen is full. Usually like 2 or 3 people on the screen, 3 people. The whole screen is full. You got the whole screen. You can give us a call at 212-650-6903. It's 7:30. We're about to end this in about 5 minutes. We're gonna shut it down, and I would love to have you come back once a month, maybe, or once every 2 months, just to we just chop it up and we just talk about the industry and how things were back then. But I really admire you, and I love you. I love you. And people really don't understand and know that this man was also a major contributor. He was the first person that I knew that MC sang. Now, I never saw you DJ, but I heard you got,
yeah, I
heard you did your little thing, I won't say I heard because I seen you, but little mix or whatever, but you used to be playing, because we used to always play up in there with Kenny Anderson and big holy holler to Kenny Anderson, rest in power,
Dr. Disco.
Dr. Disco, yep.
That was his name. God bless him.
And yeah, I miss Kenny. I was in love with Kenny. I had the crazy crush on Kenny. And
I remember that.
come on, I don't know what it is about DJs, but anyway, but it's an honor. I mean, people just really don't, appreciate you, for the contribution that you really brought, and they really just don't know. And
thank you, Flame. Thank you.
People. That. I mean, from going from Emma's to T Connection to, it was like major kingpins that used to be in the places where we were at, and they would just like request him. He would shut the place down. Like, people would not show. I remember when there was a rift between you and the owner, one of the owners. She wanted you back, but the brother, he had a problem, and he was like, "Oh, we could do it without him." And I watched them, and Kenny and I used to laugh, because it was like, Kenny was like, "I don't care, I can do this as long as I get my money. I don't care. They don't never have to dance." I mean, the place was shutting down, because they was like, you have to bring him back. And you remember they brought you back.
I do remember.
And I remember when they brought you back, and I think that was for the grand opening.
Yes.
And that's when DJ Hollywood was there.
Right.
And that was the first time I saw somebody MCing and DJing, and and I was like, wow, that's what I want to do. I want to MC too. And then y'all both looked at each other and said, "Oh my God, what is Hollywood? What have you done? It's bad enough we had to deal with DJing, but now it's MCing too."
Right,
and you used to look at me like, "Don't be coming over here messing with my time when I'm." And I was like, "No, I just want to hear your rhymes." But it's just It was such an experience, and for me being a youngin', me being 13, and a blessing, and people go, "Well, what's she doing up there? She talking about moralistics and moral fiber and codes, and and she in the after hour spot at 13." Yes, I was in the after hour spot at 13, and the owner and my mother were good friends, and she had a hatchet, and she said, "If somebody come near her, I'm gonna cut everything that can fall off." And
right. She wasn't playing either.
She did not play. Nobody came to me.
She was doing that daggone hatchet.
Right, because
just a chopping away.
And I'll just be sitting there going, he's cute. And she was like, "No, cute." Poof. I was like, okay.
It's like chop.
I was like, "Nobody's cute for you." Poof.
I was like, she scared me. I was going, she had me in check. Listen.
She was
catch me up and put me in a panic grease.
She was a sweetheart, but she did not play.
She didn't play. No.
And my mother,
she was a great lady. Though.
My mother said, "Well, she loves music. I know she loves music." And she said, "Oh, she'll be over there with them." And she used to look at Kenny and go, "Don't you touch her."
I hear you. Yeah.
And that was, you remember? And he and it was just like, y'all were my big brothers. Nobody could come near me. Nobody could touch me.
Nobody was messing with
And I love that, and I love that you took that role, as big brother for me, and I'm sorry that I annoyed the heck out of you too. So You know, but I wanted to learn.
You know, watching you get into that was that's a blessing to me.
You guys, if it wasn't for you, then I wouldn't be doing this. It's really true. You and Kenny, I wouldn't be doing this. So I attribute a lot to you, DJ Hollywood. You know, for me to pick up the microphone and say, okay, I'm gonna do the microphone, and didn't even really develop it until later on. But you're the one that asked, that you was like, why don't you do your own little group? Shoot. And I just said, remember? You remember that, right?
Yeah,
and that's how I started the group with I was gonna say Lady Sweet with
Estelle and
Sweet and Sour and Jazzy
right.
Jean.
Jean, right.
You know, and I just thank you, because you've been a driving force for so many people. And I want to definitely give a holy holler to DJ Prince, which is the Erotic Disco Brothers, Chapter 5 MCs. A lot of people don't know about them either.
There you go. There you go. It's you know what? At the end of the day,
my God.
It's up to people like us that really want
to bring it.
Get into these conversations here. Let's bring it out, and because people have done things that matter. Just like you told me how much of an influence I had over you at that age. I never, in my wildest dreams, thought that. I knew that you had interest. You stayed. You hung around. We talked. You had a good mic. You were like a young girl at me, but you were like friendly and fun and crazy.
Oh God!
And talked a little bit too much for my liking.
Well, you gotta remember. I went to private school.
I didn't think I mattered like that.
Well, wait a minute. I went to private school too. I didn't go to just public
day.
school. I didn't just go to public school. I'm like you. I wasn't on the same level as the people of my age. So I was dealing with older people all the time. But,
I got you.
You know, but you was like, okay. See, I know what he's talking about. I'm gonna tell it. When he used to try to talk to other girls, I would be all of a sudden have a conversation. He'd be looking at me like, woman, little girl, would you go over there? Don't you like him? You know, and I didn't like him like that. He was just my brother, and I would just tag along and go, Kyle. He was like, all right. I'm trying to talk to this one right now.
No, go over there.
Let me live. I'm sorry, brother. I didn't mean to make. I was trying to keep you out of trouble. That's what it was.
Yeah. But to find out as adults, it's very nice to know, and I thank you for telling me that. It means a lot to me. And see, you never know. What one person does, how it can affect another person, positively or negatively.
That's
right. And the fact that you got a positive connection with Kenny and I in the music and the microphone and all that.
Yeah.
That's great.
Oh, yeah. And also getting my coins, because you taught me that. Get your coins.
That's right. Get that
Don't
money.
Don't be playing.
That's your talent. That's your gift.
You know, and that's something that never left me. You know, it never left me. I mean, I wound up going to Princeton. I wound up going up against their legal department, and they thought I was going to fold, and I was just like, I'm going to get my coins. And sure enough, I got more than what I ever thought I would get.
Right.
You know,
God bless.
And so, you know, it's just little things like that. You realize, you know, when you sit back and you say, where did this come from? Who influenced you? Who influenced you, right quick before we go? Who influenced you? Hollywood.
Yes, sir.
And no one else.
I've always been a music person. I went to music in high school. I was playing the drums since I was like 7 years old. I had my first drum set. I was 8. I've always been into music. But as far as DJing and MCing goes, it has to be Hollywood. Because,
DJ
the
Hollywood.
first time I saw him blew my mind. What he did to the crowd and how he manipulated them and their response.
A crowd motivator.
The
That's
feeling,
right.
The music, the sound, everything was perfect. You had to have walked out of there tired, sweaty, and feeling great, because you
He
could not
still
be in that
does it.
building if he was DJing and not have a great time.
And
to me, that's what it was about.
And see, he still does that today, so you know that's
Sure
a gift.
He doesn't say.
That's a gift. You know,
it's a gift.
It's amazing.
He's a natural entertainer.
Yes, he is.
And I appreciate the fact that he actually let me talk on his microphone at his club at the peak of his career when I first started.
That's right.
I mean, you didn't have to do that. And when he did it, all eyes were on me. I had to shine. I shined. I shown whoever the past tense is. And I have to thank him for that, because that was like my first really big exposure to what I could do to people and how were they going to listen to me, especially after this guy just finished. And he gave me the mic and said, "Do your thing," just like that. He was a king, and I was a peasant in his kingdom walking around, and he said, "Come here, peasant. Yeah, you can have the mic. Like, what can you do?"
Now, you
But
know this is... Wait, you know this is
I had no
archive.
bearing on whatever happened.
Wait.
He was the master of that place.
But wait a
But he let
minute.
me rock. It was great.
But wait a minute, you know this is archive, and you know Hollywood, you know he gonna eat that up forever. He'll probably go back and play it while he's DJing. Boy, crazy, you
He's
crazy.
the king, man. I have to say, listen,
He the
I
man,
recognize
though.
royalty.
I mean,
I walked to that place and just danced for a while before I even got on the microphone. And he just was watching, and it was just electric, and it was magic.
Well, I was...
People loved him.
Yeah, it's true. And they
And that's
still
what I
love
wanted,
him.
you know?
They still love him. They still love him. You go
No
to
doubt.
into the Bronx and go to Sam's on Friday nights. That
Oh, no
place
doubt,
is
no doubt.
packed. You know,
That's Little 371. That's exactly what
yeah, that is
With food.
exactly with good food too. But
Good food, yeah.
give a big holy holler to Sam, who's also been a supporter of the Anointed Mic Check and
Great. That's great.
recent
That's fabulous.
past. But I just want to say, for me, hip hop, well, I say mentors as far, because Kenny helped me mix and everything, and everybody mix, but it would have to be Theodore because he was my mentor.
Right.
Grand Wizard Theodore. So, and
Yep.
Baby D, DJ Baby D. So, we gonna continue this. We gonna make this happen again because I'm loving this, and I mean, you gotta come back. You gotta come in the studio and hang with me. We just hang. We gonna get a car.
How your people call my people? You feel me? How your people call my
Right, that's right. I'll be texting you tonight. But anyway.
I got you.
I love you so much, Kyle. Happy
Thank
birthday.
You.
And I
Thank you
can't
so much.
wait to see you
Yeah.
at the anniversary. I know
No
at
doubt.
some point. Are you going to be at the Cypher tonight?
I'm not going to be there tonight, but I'm looking at what's the main one? That one day that's like.
Oh, the Saturday? The Saturday.
I believe that one.
Well, usually the Friday or the Saturday, but usually the Saturday is the one. The Saturday
Right.
of the anniversary is the day. And of course, the Sunday is the meeting of the minds, what they have up in the Bronx at the Bronx Museum. So, and that's a free event. So,
yes,
people come, from Q-Tip to Ice Cube, and we've had so many different people come and just share about hip hop and be enlightened about hip hop and the state of where we're at. Just kind of like what we kind of did.
Yeah.
Here, but we were all over the place. I had like this. I was all structured, and I was like, "Oh, it's just Kyle. We in our living room. Dang damn it, So we just gonna do what we do, because that's how we are. And most of my friends, that's how I am. We're all over the place. We talk about everything. We keep it real, and I'm praying that most people got an insight a lot more into the early stages and days of hip hop. And then we'll come back and we'll break it down.
Yeah, there's a lot of things we didn't talk about.
Yeah, and break it down like
kind of like to know about
eras eras and crews, and how those people we didn't even talk about the crews that were uptown, because that was our crew. Our crew was the uptown crew, in the Bronx, and there was a major influence in there, and so I guess, you pray for me with the Rocky Bucano. So, I'm going to keep it real. But anyway.
Say that again?
I say you pray for me with the Rocky Bucanos, because I really didn't, I didn't know, I didn't see it. I just, when people give you so much attitude, you just try to figure out, like, who are you?
Yeah, old DJ Rock.
Yeah. Okay.
But he's always been that way. But you talking about Rocky?
Oh.
I think I missed something.
Yes, you did. Yes, and I'm gonna let it go. But we gonna pick it up at another time. But
okay.
but I'm glad that I did hear that that they were there back then.
Yes,
a little
indeed,
later than us, but yes, nonetheless. They were
they
back
actually did their thing. They did the Timmy and KBJ
Okay.
Actually, and Johnny G is an excellent DJ. He was making mixtapes
Oh.
way before people even understood what a mixtape was. He was only understand what he was doing.
Okay.
He really was good, and he's still good now. He's still great now.
So that's
Jimmy's
when Richie
professor.
T was jacking us. Let me stop.
Huh?
when Richie T was jacking us and making tapes.
Man, listen, what?
I love me some
Richie T
Richie
tape the other
T.
day. I'm like, oh, can I have that? I mean, literally have that.
We gonna keep going. I love you. I love you. This woman. I gotta get out of here before this woman comes up in here. But this is why 6 is good, because we there's so much ground to cover. But we're gonna make this happen again. And I just want this to be kind of a fabric. I would love for you to be on that team. Let's talk about it. Let's educate. Let's educate. I love you so much, and I know
Thank you. I love you too.
love you with the love of the Lord, and I love you, my big brother. So
Thank you. Thank you. Likewise. Thank you.
Happy
Okay,
belated
God bless you,
birthday.
and you have a great day, okay?
All
We'll
right.
talk soon.
You too. All right, cool cow, Star Child. I tell you, when both of us get together and start talking, it's like, oh, and we didn't even get into the stuff we was gonna get into, but it's all good. But it's a blessing when you have someone, a friend that's known you for decades, and watch you grow up. Sometimes not so good because they tell it on national airwaves. No, but it's good because I was a good girl, so I didn't have to worry about him coming out and saying anything bad about me. I guess the only thing was I was a pain in the butt, but I was just like I was a little kid. So, I mean, that's what kids do. But I tried to channel that energy in a positive way, and that's what I tried to instill into the young people that I deal with as a chaplain. That you have to try to channel what your gift and your talent, and you have to connect with people that are doing this and doing it well, are doing it in excellence, and I would send people to the Andre Collinses and the the DJ Justices and I mean, so many different people, on this show. This Soul of a Time, who was, up and coming, but is, just making it, moves, waves, I mean, the Vince the Princes, I mean, those are the people, that, I would, the Howie D's, and I was gonna say Howie Vines. That's your government. Everybody know your government. The Howie D's, and the Maurice Wattses, and those are the people that have known this industry and taken their craft to a place, and they've gone through rejuvenation and reinvented themselves, if you will, over time. So, take a look at those people, listen to these programs, and the young people that are coming up, check them out. Of course, you want to, keep your ear to the ground, to the street, check the vibe, but also reach back, check out old school, learn history, take history and combine that and bring something new and inventive and intuitive, something that the people younger than you can make an impact and a difference on. Look at Kyle. He didn't realize that he made such an impact on me, but he did. He really did, and there was a season that we argued like cats and dogs, but it was like, ain't nobody else better mess with him. Ain't nobody else better argue with him. Because I'll be right there, And you have to be able to see what God, it's like David. David, he didn't fight the fight that everyone else fought. He didn't fight in the same manner that everyone fought. He had his way of fighting. He used rocks and jaws of ass, and things that, he felt comfortable in. So just because you see someone else doing, what they do and they excel in their particular apparatus, God is still giving you your rock. You're David, and that's for the young ladies too. You're David. You throw your rock and make your mark and kill the giant. And the giant is that person or those entities that say you can't do something, or you're unable to do something, or it's inappropriate for you to do. Because the more they told me that, oh, you a girl, you ain't gonna take this serious, I was like, no, I'm serious, I want to learn. And they was just like, she's crazy. And you know what, sometimes you gotta be crazy or let people think you crazy enough to learn to do what you need to do. Because I was there and I stayed there, and I learned, and I learned everything. And even when I wasn't there, I was still trying to learn. I was still trying to find other places and other people that I can glean from. And so this is what we need to do in order to, be effective and operate in excellence with our craft. I'm sorry if I'm all over the place. Coffee, y'all know, and the diva's about to come up here in a minute. So I'm like, yay, coffee time. So I pray that you were able to walk away or take away something from today, other than that we crazy. And we like to have fun, and that's all good. And we're supposed to have fun, and in what we do, and we're supposed to pay homage, to different people. But this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna throw on a song, the song. Well, not a song. One of the songs. That's my boy K9. We're gonna do a little, because it is hip hop appreciation, and he's like one of my favorite holy hip hop artists. Even if it's old, I don't care. I don't care. Lyrical contact, flow. The boy is dope.
You need to know where the Lord brought me from, man. Just a little bit, not the whole story, just a little. Hey, we was raised in a dope house. I saw grown folks shot at and smoked out. I saw my mama getting handcuffed and choked out. So when I wrote rhymes, that's what I spoke about. That's all I know about. I don't even know how you got stressed. Have you ever seen your mother cooking supper in a bulletproof vest? Best friends got rooms with posters. We got dope and sofas, gats and holsters. No, sir. I was taught not to care, like a Vietnam vet with 1,000-yard stare. And that school year, they was teaching heaven yet. I done seen some bad things, I ain't even 7 yet. They put me in a Catholic school and said praying every day is what you had to do. Taught me about the Lord and what's important. So I'm praying for my mama when she's going to court. And hey, the church thing, I'm loving it, dude. But they tripping on tuition, now I'm sitting in a public school. Did I mention that I'm living with my pops now? But he's so strict, it's like I'm living with the cops now. He told me the foolishness stops now. Mess up in school, you get knocked down. Beat a punch, slap the choke, body slam. When I land, I'm like, dang, am I broke? I can't move. When I came to, I'm about to have a heart attack, cause he said we ain't started yet. Punch so hard, I hear birds chirping, see lights flashing. I swear to God, stop laughing. I'm not lying, but I am trying to keep the blood out my eyes now. Stitches in my eyebrow. Say the details, what lie can we tell? How does I get like that? Doc, he fell. Now can you please make the bleeding stop? Do you have a number I can call and make the beating stop? That's what I thought, but I never would have said that. My body sore, please don't touch me where I'm red at. Thrown up to the ceiling, hit the ground with a feeling, and I never thought once I'ma kill him. I'm just praying, God, don't let him hit me. If you gotta get me, then please make him do it quickly. God was with me, cause all of a sudden, man, the beating just stopped. And I still love my pops, but I'm a grown man, now I'm confused. And maybe if I didn't get abused, then I wouldn't have finished school. Or maybe I won't be talking to you, or maybe he was just wrong. This is not just songs. Fast forward to my high school years, a fashion show to us, that's what high school is. And these clothes cost money, and that's what we need. So me and my man D&D. Got plans to sell weed and weed. We got the dimes and the nickel bags. They move real good, so you better get them fast. It didn't last, this a class, we was felling it. It's hard to make a profit when you smoke more than you selling it. I know we better get cheese. Pops don't buy, he'll figure he buys leads. Especially when report card is all D's. Welcome to McDonald's, may I take your order please? Can I serve you food that might give you cancer? Cause I'm trying to get the guest jacket with the pants in. Chances is that college is straight out of the question. Skip school, so I don't know a lot of the questions. Straight fool, graduated with the cap and the gown. And I'm looking at my pops like, what happens now? He said, you made it, I love you, but school's out. You get a job and pay rent, or you move out. He been telling me, therefore I knew this. I'm looking at the letters from them Air Force recruiters. I'm like, bet, that's no sweat. And maybe they'll let me fly a jet. So I went into...
All you can count on is yourself.
All right, we're going to end this off with Molly Music, Little Girl.
I see the sparkle in your eyes. I can't wait to see you fly, little lady. Life is but a dream right now. Little lady. And then the years go by. 10 turns to 15 and before you know you're 25. Your heart's been broken and you're terrified. Little lady. Gently down the stream. Miss Sadie. Merrily, merrily, merrily. Little lady. Life is but a dream. Miss Sadie. Little lady. Oh, just a little girl. Miss Sadie. Grown up in the cold, cold little world. Lady. Where nothing's what it seems. Miss Sadie. Little lady. Lies, deception, and false truths are the substitutes of what used to be your lullabies. Can't distinguish the laughter from the cries. Bags under your eyes, so you use makeup to cover up what you cannot hide. Then you have daughters and then they have sons who have daughters, and those are the ones who have the opportunity to break the curses that make their mothers buy purses with letters on them to show that they're not worth less. We did it. We dropped the ball like a million times, ladies, I admit it. The blame's on man, no need to split the difference. But God's raising up men who really get it. We got the same haircuts, the same clothes, but trust me, baby girl, something's different. It's accepting that we're not in control. Giving our lives to the one who is. He wipes our noses and subdue our fears. Cause honestly, that's all it really is. In our youth, we had hopes too, but some heroes never ever appear. Gently down the stream. Miss Sadie. Merrily, merrily, merrily. Little lady. Life is but a dream. Miss Sadie. Little lady. Oh, you're just a little girl. Miss Sadie. Grown up in the cold, cold world. Little lady. Well, nothing's what it seems. Miss Sadie. Sit down and count the snowdrops falling on you. Little girl, you knew. All you can count on is yourself. Little girl, little lady. Gently down the stream. Miss Sadie. Merrily, merrily, merrily. Little lady. Life is but a dream. Miss Sadie. Little lady. Oh, just a little girl. Miss Sadie. Grown up in the cold, cold little world. Lady. Where nothing's what it seems. Miss Sadie. Oh, little lady. Oh, little lady. Miss Sadie. Miss Sadie. Little lady. Life is but a dream. Miss Sadie.
All right, all right. WACR 90.3 FM. The Anointed Mic Check. So glad to have Cool Kyle, the Star Child, chilling with me this morning. The diva has just entered the building. She's on her way